Well, we got coming up, we've had a fantastic top 8 so far, really entertaining to watch, lots of close game 5s, but we've got Tarik and Luugi coming up. I see them bobbing and weaving in the corner of my eye line. We're going to have them, coming up for winners finals. I think the last time these guys have played was in this very same building.
Oh yes.
A little bit earlier this year.
Now I had a little peek at the details actually there, Mo, and you are entirely correct. Not only was this building the last time they played, this building is the only time they played offline. It's only invasions they have met and bouted. And, well, it's gone Luugi's way each time.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be curious if we're going to see of course, Tarik got that Kazuya,
certainly does.
got that Greninja. But I think last time, if I'm not mistaken, we saw Luugi defeat the Kazuya, but we might see, I think we got a little bit of Greninja action earlier on, which I always love to see. Shoutouts to the Tarik Greninja. But
we have.
I think when you're fighting against Luugi, there's the battle in the game, but when you've got someone bobbing and weaving,
that's when the battle moves to here.
It's all mental. Like I've seen some sets already, and when this guy's moving, it's so difficult to play.
It certainly is. If you haven't seen a Luugi game before, I really do implore you just to check this out, because I imagine it's going to be a masterclass on what it's really like. They thrive on atmosphere. They thrive on energy. And I don't know if you've noticed, Moke, but we're actually working on a setup that's been souped up with a few musical kinks.
Yeah, I've noticed that a little bit. I think I saw someone pop up for some DBZ music.
Oh, yeah.
I think in the Curry Governor and Night Pixel set was a lot of Pokemon. I was a big fan.
Nice.
Curious what bangers we'll see.
Well, Luugi is one who thrives with the tunes. So we're going to see what they do decide to pick. But on the other side, Tarik, amazingly dominant performance here today, knocking out so many harsh players. And you know what? He actually approached me earlier. I was in the corner, I was by the desk, and he pointed at the trophy and he said, "Nut roast, that is going to be mine tonight." Well, let's see.
That goes hard. We're going to see the Greninja. All right, so here it is. We've got Luugi Greninja, or Luugi Luigi. Tarik Greninja.
Well, it's going to be very, very interesting. Opening up to PS2 right now, and there's the opening grab. Are we going to see an opening gambit? Instead, actually, the DI able to save him right there, Moke.
Yeah, it's curious how Tarik's going to approach this matchup, because there's the temptation to kind of sit back, throw those shurikens, but you're just kind of forfeiting stage, and that means Luugi closes the gap. He's going to press the grab button.
He certainly is.
He's going to keep pressing it, because there is only one of you.
Yeah, either you are going to die or the Z button is going to break.
Yeah, pretty much. And look at this strong start. I think the thing that's so good about Luugi is that it's not just the 0 to death, it's the big damage he can get straight to the up smash, barely taking a scratch.
Absolutely fiending. Great work from Luugi. They're recognizing that Tarik loves to land on your shield with a nair because he's got such a quick escape option. It's just a free toss-up. Well, it's not so free anymore.
No, I feel like, and again, we're seeing so far, this is the hard part is at the start of the game. You're trying to basically figure out, can you space perfectly with Greninja? Because if you space incorrectly once, that's what Luugi thrives off. He thrives off people just panicking, scrambling, but we'll see how it goes.
We certainly do. Tarik, of course, with that Kazuya in his back pocket. No stranger to 0 to deaths, so this certainly shouldn't be too alien to him, but he is the one with the losing record. We're going to see if he can make it back. A nice forward air to take Luugi off the stage. He can find a kill here. It's not actually too bad for him. Then Moke, as we're set now, see if he can get the dash attack.
Oh, he tried for the confirm into the fair. Good tech, though. But yeah, the Luigi down B is so jarring because sometimes it shouldn't work. You're like, this surely shouldn't hit me. But then it does. But that should take it. Yeah, the fully charged shuriken, timing the angle on Luugi's recovery perfectly there.
Fantastic. Luugi still in the lead, of course. Definitely can't nail a 0 to death. But maybe you won't even need to right now. Tarik with the advantage forces him up onto the platform. Luugi trying to stay grounded, though. Trying to stifle out these aerial approaches.
Yeah, a little bit more patience here from Tarik. I think he's trying to put up that wall, the forward airs, the little dashes in and out. You know, Luugi can't commit for free because Greninja, one of the best whiff punishing characters. Great DI there from Tarik actually to live that. It's always so scary. You're like, which way am I going to go?
It certainly could be dangerous. Speaking of that danger, though, Rage on board for this Greninja. Not really going to help with too much with the strings, but when it's time to find a finisher, really is going to make a world of difference, especially if he's able to find one of those giant shurikens instead.
But the giant foot instead is all Luugi needs. There was a moment where Tarik was just trying to combo Luugi, and I think Luugi just basically pressed A, mashed that nair, wait, and oh my god. Speaking of nair, we got some nairs, back airs.
Fantastic work from Tarik there, drifting, DIing to the right so that he could escape from that combo so that Luugi could run out of ground. And when physically running out of floor is your counterplay, that's a tough game plan to initiate from Tarik there.
I mean, you're basically forfeiting all of stage to be like, you know what? If I just peer over the abyss, that is what might save me. Oh, he gets the jab lock.
Is execution. Good stuff. Luugi really does have to watch out when landing on top of Tarik, just like it works vice versa. It's definitely a game of approaches right there, as Tarik is able to get a nice bit of a string.
And the B reverse to finish it.
That was crisp. My goodness.
It just, the thing that's so surprising is that Luugi can be like, it's like little nickel and dime, little nickel dime. It just takes one moment. He just snaps his fingers and it's a combo. The B reverse up B. Beautiful.
And that is ludicrously stressful. We mentioned earlier the sort of psychic element these players go through. It has been a very, very long day, a very long weekend here in Birmingham. And if you still, at this point, you cannot autopilot at all. And that is exhausting, because any slight mistake you make, Luugi will smell the blood in the water and he will find you.
I think the thing that's crazy for Luugi is that he's just so consistent. I feel like I very rarely see him drop what he's going for. There's always, the pieces are fitting together in his head of the very custom combos that you can do with Luigi. It's the down, obviously the 0 to death is big, but just that, even then, just finishing with the up B, it's incredible.
Luugi has a plan for everything, and if that plan ever so rarely fails, well, let me tell you, he's got 3 more in the back pocket as we're back onto PS2 right now. The beautiful Rouge of Regen is gracing us with its presence. But we're into a bit of neutral. Looks like Tarik already giving up a little bit of ground, but he's going for the aerial approaches, trying to stick to those platforms to avoid any ground shenanigans. Doesn't want to get smacked in the face by a plunger there, Moke.
Yeah, I think I'm interested to see if we may see the Kazuya. Obviously, it did not quite work the last time, but I feel like the Greninja wasn't actually having that much of an issue last game. You know, he was setting up the wall, spacing aerials, like stopping Luugi from getting those free approaches, but you're just constantly playing in this sort of panic. Well, maybe not panicky, but just it's a frightening level of defense.
You're on the back foot.
Yeah, you're on the back foot from the minute go, it feels like sometimes.
Absolutely. Gone to the side, though, able to get a chop in. Has to jump to avoid the plunger, and that actually does force Luugi to take a little bit of a risky air dodge. Forced out. Fantastic work from Tarik to take that early stock.
So deep of an edge guard. And that, look, the thing is that people can't quite work out, is Luigi like really good? The strengths are there, clearly, but sometimes the weaknesses. You know, Tarik can go really deep off stage with a character like Greninja, and we saw just then, finish the stock.
That's the stuff, keeping him in bounds. Unfortunately, not able to carry that too much, but a 40% is a strong place to be. Tarik just waiting by the ledge now, possibly using that to his advantage. Maybe he just wants to throw him off, but Luugi's got an edge guard of his own, takes him with the whiffed ledge grab.
That's the classic. The Greninja getting that little bit of extra horizontal momentum with the side beat. And, you know, you don't get punished. A lot of the bracket, you won't get punished, but when you're up against these really strong players, you can't sleep.
You certainly cannot. Tarik very privileged that he is able to just air dodge off stage randomly, kind of hit that eject button because he has such a solid recovery way back. But do too much, and Luugi will start to get the download. Doesn't go for the tech, actually tries to read the roll, but almost catches the dash attack. Luckily, the low profile is able to get him just in time once again.
Even Luugi shaking his head like, yeah, you know what, that was kind of clean.
Fair play. As sends him up, sends him out, and we are equalized 0-0. But one of these characters utilizes that number a little bit better right now. There's the start, DI out, good stuff. You can escape Tarik, but for how long? I do wonder.
Yeah, I think we saw, it looked like an SDI away, which I think can be your saving grace sometimes against the Luigi shenanigans, maybe as a character like Greninja. But the thing is, even if it's not 0 to death, damage. We're getting damage.
And I want you to pay attention to Tarik's positioning here. What he's doing is he's standing at the very edge of the stage, waiting for Luugi to either approach or to run far enough back that he can pressure with a dash attack and throw him off stage there so that he can get another gimp. But what a clean chop from Luugi, just catching Tarik completely unaware. 2-0 to the child of EOE.
It's just crazy. I feel like I'm watching this game, and neutral's kind of interesting. It's sort of like back and forth, a few stray hits, a few clean combos from both of them. But when Luugi gets a hit, it's the Luigi classic. You get one hit, just like 80, 90 damage. So it doesn't matter if you win a few less neutral interactions. You just die, or you just take 80. It's crazy. He's 2-0 up.
Very, very tough. Let's see if we're going to stick with the Greninja here. I imagine we will. Can't imagine we'll get a Kazuya switch. And there it is. Kaz not going to be gracing us with his presence today. Instead, Tarik's got a game plan. He knows that if he can force Luugi off, he has more maneuverability off stage. It's just getting to that situation, though. Yeah,
I feel like there's moments in this set so far where Tarik is getting a lot of the big punishes. We're seeing off stage in particular, which I don't think Kazuya would necessarily have the same, it doesn't quite have the same off-stage presence as Greninja, at least at some positions. I think just Tarik just needs to try and execute for all 3 stocks. He's getting the one clean stock on occasion, but got to do it 3 times to get the game.
Yeah, you can see that. Tarik once again positioning to the sides. Able to catch Luugi out though. Oh, a clash with the dash attack does actually make it a little bit awkward for him. Saving a bit of time for a tech option. Doesn't want Luugi to catch him with an up smash, but he is safe for now. Getting a bit dangerous though.
Yeah, another strong start here for Tarik. You know, got a good damage here on Luugi, but again, sort of nickel and diamond, just trying to find his way in. Luugi presses a lot of buttons in neutral, as you should as Luigi. And just the wall of fireballs, the zairs, the forward airs, the neutral airs. It's a lot to do.
It certainly is.
I think he down B, but he forward straight through it.
Unfortunate. Absolutely great work from Tarik, catching him once again at that ledge. The stage positioning is great, and there's not a whole lot Luugi can do to challenge it. Those fireballs, useful, are even a little bit committal against someone with such a fantastic burst range as Greninja. So you can't just sit there and spam them all day. You can only really use them to control a bit of a short hop. Nevertheless, jump right under it, get a string going, fire off to the side. Luugi trying to find a little bit of safety right now, but the dash attack is so greedy.
He runs straight. He's trying to bait Tarik, or at least try and find him running straight to the edge of the stage. Luugi keeps going with the dash attack. Doesn't find the kill. Strong DI, doesn't matter. That back air will clean it.
Great work from Luugi, taking him out in 2 different angles, always ready with a follow-up maneuver. Rolling back to the side, taking the center. Tarik once again, he's just holding that corner. He knows what he needs. He knows that he can force Luugi into a bad approach. But that wasn't a taunt, was it? I'm not sure. I think maybe that was just something flashed before my eyes there.
So many buttons being pressed.
Certainly is. Great confirm out there up smash. Can be very fickle, but Tarik was feeling it that time.
Yeah, especially because it was right next to the platform, and the platform is the bane of Greninja up smash sometimes. But that time, positioned it perfectly. And it's a full stock lead here for Tarik.
Good stuff. Actually using the hitbox of the plunger to extend that aerial as well.
We're getting a lot more fairs being landed here from Tarik. I think the positioning and the spacing, I think he's got Luigi's rhythm now in terms of when he's trying to approach, landing a lot more areas. Oh, that little wall.
Just a little bit of micro spacing, you know? Great stuff. Tarik definitely got the download. It's just whether it's going to be enough. He definitely has a very sizable lead, but you just can't count your chickens before they hatch.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Did you see that? There was shenanigans. He got popped up onto the platform, missed his tech, and Luugi he smelt blood in the water. He was like, oh, I'll take a freebie.
This is where things get dangerous. Tarik had a great lead, but he had an extra life bar. Oh. Tries to go for the spike to finish it all off. 19, you're not quite safe yet there, fella. Forced on onto the platform. Fair's coming out, trying to keep him up there. Doesn't want to give him a chance to find an engage, but a chop. See if we can find it. Tries to read a roll, but not quite enough. There's the up B. This has got to be it. Instead, goes for just a light bit of positioning. Sees one more there. Moke, if he wants to take it.
Yeah, I think... It's so scary right now for Tarik because he knows that he's got Luugi on high percent. But, oh god, that's going to be it!
Gotta be it!
Just like that, again, we see it. Tarik playing so strong for so many periods of that game. But if you miss your tech, 2 missed techs, 2 grounded up Bs, you're
dangerous. A wise man once said to me, it's impossible to tech versus Pichu. Well, you know what? I reckon we can add another character to that list because Tarik just falling when things seemed so clear. Had such a fantastic game plan in abusing Luugi's weaknesses, but he just left himself open 1 too many times. And I do seriously mean 1 too many times.
There was that moment on the left side platform where I think Tarik got sort of pushed up. There was like a sort of ricochet, and he had to tech on the platform. He missed the tech. I don't think it was a setup that Luugi was going for, but he was ready. That's the thing that's scary. The Luugi just jab, up B, who's dead. That's not a setup. He just gets it.
Exactly. Rough stuff for Tarik, but they're not out yet. They've still got their eyes on that prize.